What is up, guys? Let me get Chef Rexy added on here. Yo, what's going on, guys? Paul,
Yo, okay, that
what's
works
going on?
well.
Chilling. Yo, Jack, what's up? Awesome. All right, we got no connection issues this time. That was nice and fast.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I feel like we always
Listen
have
up,
an
right
issue like
on. I
live.
know technical difficulties, bro, every time.
Yeah, for real. What is up, guys? Adam,
Turn
what's
that
up,
right
Adam?
on.
Sammy June, what is up? Andrew, I'm checking DMs after this. South Heat, what's up, man? Hannah, Pizarro. Do we
What's
need a
good,
hip?
everyone?
Cyrus, yo, what's up, Cyrus? Nah, Vic, we're good for the GP. What's up, GP? Yeah, guys. So this is a pretty big Instagram live. I'm gonna put a kind of a message in the chat. Restock announcement. Hey, Gusan, what's up, man? Restock announcement at the end of Instagram live. What's up, Dylan? Damn, it's popping today. Restock announcement end of IG live with discount code. All right, let me go ahead and post that as a message, and I'll go ahead and pin it. Pin comment. All right, bet. Yeah, guys. So today we're going to be discussing kind of scaling, bulk purchasing, how to get started. I'm in a hotel room, so there's some weird lighting. I'm going to get this fixed. Yeah.
Nah, all
RX, you
good,
wearing
bro.
as well, bro? What you wearing? Is that
Yeah,
essentials?
man, I got
Bro, I
something
got
light.
I got
You know what I mean?
the I got the SS20 taupe on. You know,
Yeah.
that's how I'm rocking with the taupe, man. That's my favorite
You
color
you
right now.
you're messing with that? No, that's fire. I like it a lot. It looks like
Yeah,
Yeezy Gap hoodies.
yeah, dude. Yeezy Gap's kind of fire. I mean, it's besides like those plasticky trash bag kind of stuff that came out with a couple weeks ago, like the blue
Yeah,
trash bag. Bro, I was like,
the
bro, I
trash
would
bags.
that. But you know, the black stuff is kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah,
100%.
guys, you know, we're kind of business. Those of you kind of tuning in. My name is Vic. I'm the owner of Elite Bricks. This is RX. He's the manager in Elite
What's
Bricks,
up, y'all?
and kind of work as number one, number two. So today we're gonna be discussing kind of bulk scaling, how to start buying bulk, and this is kind of value that we give to you guys on Instagram Live to kind of start off. You know, obviously we give 304 University Souls. What's up, man? Yes, I've shipped your patent breast before you asked me, Orion. They're shipped. So, you know, that's kind of what we're going to be doing today, going over bulk purchasing, how to start scaling, how to mitigate risk. And I'll kind of let RX talk first. So RX kind of want to discuss like what bulk purchasing is, kind of how it works, and, you know, how to kind of get started with that in Elite Bricks, like what we do with it.
Yeah, definitely. So bulk sourcing in Elite Bricks works out really well because we do confide in purchasing a lot of shoes that do sit. So it's to the point where you want to kind of minimize on things that are low ROI, low return on investment, and kind of focus and double down on things that bring you a lot of profit. So
Right.
in terms of single SKU items, Air Force Ones are probably one of the best single investments that you can make, especially if you use our method in the group to get them at $40.
Right.
You're flipping these items for almost 100% ROI each pair. So, in terms of bulk sourcing, you really can go all in on a play if you know it works. And that's where, we kind of get into the term comfort SKUs,
Yeah.
SKUs and shoes that we know that work really well and have constant profit no matter what. They just constantly sell, constantly sell. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys probably saw a story yesterday. We had a pair of, they're called Jordan 1 Cyber Fuchsias. So they're obviously a bit of a more of a rare Jordan. People don't really find it sitting on like, you know, Nike or Hibbett even then, or even like obviously not Foot Locker. No one has stuff that sits on there. So we kind of use these low-key boutique sites, and these are, you know, generally tier one or tier zero Nike retailers. And then okay, photos of Michael's in art. I'm gonna add Zach now. Give me a second. Photos of Michael. All right. I invited photos of Michael in. Yeah. So we use tier zero retail.
there it
Yo,
is. Let's go, Zach.
What's up? What's up?
Dylan. Yeah. So guys,
There
this
you
is
go.
Zach. This is our manager in Elite Bricks. Zach, we're kind of just talking today briefly. I don't know if you've got some stuff to do, Zach, but we'll kind of just chat about, you know, bulk sourcing, how bulk sourcing works, and kind of, you know, how people can get involved in that, especially, you know, in the group or maybe outside the group as well. So we're kind of talking about, you know, boutique links, right? So like I was saying, guys, everyone, you know, in the sneaker world, they say, oh, I'm gonna hit Nike, and everyone nowadays likes Hibbett as well, right? And Hibbett's great, you know, for your shoe links, if you're buying bricks, maybe you're not even buying bricks yet. That's where people start. The thing is, you'll find good stuff in there, but the thing is, it is hard to hit bulk. You know, Nike can ban you, Hibbett can ban you real easily. You know, you have to find sites you can, you know, especially like these boutiques is the correct word, where you can purchase bulk, right? And that's kind of where we come in with our tier zero boutiques. So, you know, for example, we have a couple stuff like Sneaker Room, No Tray, Burnt Rubber Sneakers. These are stores that have tier zero Nike contracts, Jordan contracts. So they kind of, you know, have access to give you sneakers that many people don't really know. And they're non-Shopify based sites, meaning, you know, they don't appear on monitors. these are manual cops and that sort of stuff. So before we go more in depth, I want to kind of, Zach obviously was a member of Librex where he kind of became a manager and he, purchased a bunch of sneakers, whether it's bulk and that kind of stuff. So Zach, you want to kind of discuss like how like bulk purchasing works? Like what are some examples of stuff you've bought bulk? Kind of where do you sell them? How do you sell them? Like, and did Librex give you a chance to buy bulk? Maybe you were missing out in other places prior to joining Librex.
Yeah, man. So when I used to buy bulk, I would mainly stay with the mainstream stuff, the stuff that I know I'm not going to be stuck with for months on end. Right. Because when buying bulk, you often spend hundreds to thousands of dollars. So when I personally bought bulk, I would really only stay in the Jordan 1 low, Jordan 1 mid, or Air Force range. And I think it's a super awesome feature because just a single one of those pairs can yield a $20 to $30 profit. And when you have access to hundreds of pairs at your fingertips, it's just easy money.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, as Zach said, it comes down to, finding the lower key stuff. So, I mean, RX, you've been in the, RX kind of runs our Amazon section. So, RX, is bulk sourcing, like bulk scaling possible through Amazon? Because I know we had a bunch of Instagram lives through Amazon in the past. People are like, oh, maybe I run kind of a Amazon-based store. Maybe I run a eBay-based store. Yeah. For bulk, does it only have to be profitable with type stuff, or can you kind of sell like bricks or maybe lower key run shoes as well? Kind of really start hitting bulk as well on Amazon.
Yeah, so on Amazon, like I mentioned before, it's a different demographic. So a lot of running shoes you can actually purchase at bulk and make good profits on them. Yeah. For example, Air Monarchs, like we stressed on before, Air Monarchs don't sell on StockX for, a crazy amounts of profit, but on Amazon, they go for, $60, $80. And so if you get them at a Nike outlet with a nice little discount plus a coupon code, you can definitely take advantage of those price splits right. on Amazon.
Exactly. And so, we're going to discuss kind of the 5 main scaling strategies. So if you guys are sending, Notepad, computer, something like that, on in the group, if you already know this kind of stuff, but we'll go over it once again. There are 5 or 6, I'd like to say 6 main scaling strategies kind of for sneakers. And the first one obviously is bulk single SKU, right? And that's kind of what we do and how we work, whether it's, getting 5 pairs, 10 pairs. If you guys saw our store, we had a guy who bought like a 5K purchase of these Jordan 1 Cyber Fuchsias. And like, once he sells, it'll be like a $1,000 profit of just like one sneaker. And that's obviously one link out of like 70 a day, right? So your first thing is bulk single SKU, right? And bulk single SKUs, and you get a lot of just one sneaker, and you use these low-key sites that don't really have card limits or side limits to kind of get the pairs in. The question is, how do I sell them? How do I sell bulk pretty fast? How do I reduce my risk, right? Because obviously, when you're buying sneakers, Zach, you try to spread your size ranges apart, right? You don't buy like 10 size 9s, right?
Absolutely.
Or like 10 size 12s. Like size might be the best size, or size might be the best size, but when you're buying sneakers, when you're buying bulk, risk mitigation is key. And there generally is a rule of thumb we say is 2 max up to 10. So if you get 10 sneakers, let's say size 8 to size 12, you want to hit around 2 pairs in each size, not more than that. So I don't want to buy size 5 size 10s and 5 size 12s. I'll buy 2 size 10s, 2 size 12s, 2 size 11.5s, right? Even if one size is disproportionately better than the rest, because the notion is then if you're buying all those in one size, so is everybody else, right? And that's kind of where we say, hey, every other person out there is saying, yo, guys, buy this Nike link, buy this Nike link, buy this Nike link. We're saying, hey, go on, I don't know, like I'm not going to say the name of the boutique we found yesterday, but go in this boutique and buy, 10 of these, 20 of these, 30 of these. And that's kind of where, can differentiate yourself because you'll be first, early bird gets the worm, essentially, right, for sneakers. So if you are first to the site, you can get this stuff in bulk without anyone else knowing about it. And, the next one to discuss is kind of all-time low. So, Zach, obviously in the group, we kind of pinged the role all-time low a decent amount. That's kind of, when we have a sneaker that is, whether through coupons or discounts, cash back, that really, is the lowest price you'll find for it. And, so Zach, we want to kind of discuss, like, what's your mentality kind of with all-time low? Like, do you buy every all-time low sneaker? Like, what's your stance to them? Like, do they sell well? Like, is it mostly fast movers? What exactly is your experience with that? And kind of, how do people kind of get started with all-time low purchases?
Yeah, so for me, an all-time low is obviously the lower price point that you can get it at, the more profit that you'll get when you sell. Right. And so knowing that, I think you still have to be a little bit cautious when you're talking about all-time low, because sometimes it's at an all-time low for a reason. It's at an all-time low because nobody's buying it and they just need to get rid of it. So
Right.
there's a little bit of risk, and that's where we teach you how to do your own research and how to look into the sales history and diversification so that you can get the most bang for your buck.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I will say there's one exception. You know, obviously Amazon RX. You know, you go to Nike Outlet and say, "Hey, this freaking Blazer low is on sale, all-time low." That may not be good enough, but that definitely is usually good on Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Certain apps, I always say that Amazon as a platform usually has the best margins. So certain apps, you might even pull just a break even sort of thing. You won't even profit. But on Amazon, you can definitely take advantage,
Yeah,
like I said, of the
yeah,
price splits.
yeah, exactly. And you know, like
Yeah.
that ties into our second, all-time low. So the way I think of it is, you know, bulk single SKU. Every bulk single SKU doesn't have to be an all-time low,
Yeah.
but every all-time low, you know, most time is usually a bulk single SKU sneaker because I can hit bulk and I can hit bulk VaporMax pluses, you know, and that's, you know, a $200 shoe maybe, or, you know, is it 210 now, even with the added retail price, like it still sells for, you know, 280, 290. But the thing is, if I can get that shoe for, you know, a bit lower, maybe like 180, 190, it sells. But the thing is, if I find a, you know, black and gold VaporMax plus, which we find all the time, you know, and we're like, hey, this is a good purchase, this is a good purchase, this is a good purchase. Just because it's a low price doesn't mean you want to buy it. And this kind of the mindset people have with sneakers. They're like, you go to a Nike store, you guys saw our in-store reel today, you know, shout out RX for kind of editing that up for us. You know, in-store is crazy, guys. Yo, what's up, Alok? How's it going? Boston Kicks. He's one of our mods in the group. You want to hit him up with any questions, he kind of can put you in the right direction as well. So when you guys go in store, for example, you know, bulk single SKU and all-time low really matter, but it's more so online. Yo, what's up, Curated? Today, you know, obviously we put that reel up for, you know, we've had a bunch of Jordans, that kind of stuff, and that's great, right? You guys in store, you can say, hey, I can get one pair of Dunks, or I can get one pair of Jordans, or I can get, you know, one pair of, you know, grade school retros, right? They limit it. You know, that's kind of how high pairs work. When I go to Foot Locker, I can get 5 pairs of Air Max 97s, right? I can get 5 pairs of Air Forces, you know? So for example, when I went to Foot Locker, right, they had Marina Blues, and they had, you know, what's it called, the Wild Thing 4s sitting out, which are both really good sneakers, but I get one pair of each, right? I go to the other side of the wall, they have grade school pink and black Blazers. It's kind of a double embossed Nike swoosh on them, and you can get up to 5 of those. And the thing is, I'm making more per pair of those than I am for the Marina Blues, right? And that's because I'm getting those for retail. And you know, even at 170, I'm selling it for like what, like 250, 220, 230, something like that. Like it's cool. I'm making like $30 a pair. I'm selling those grade school Blazers for the same amount of profit. I'm paying way less capital, right? And the thing is, I can get more of those, and they sit there, right? It's kind of the mindset you have with sneakers. That kind of ties in the idea of bricks. So I know Zach has kind of a sneaker reselling, so does RX. They kind of have sneaker reselling pages. So I want to come to RX first. You know, RX, when you're buying, you know, hype versus bricks, like for those of you kind of listening who kind of, you know, are like, oh, you know, I only like hype stuff, or, you know, oh, I don't really want to, you know, mess with bricks. Like I would never wear a pair of, you know, Go Domes, and like I wouldn't either, to be honest with you. But like, if it makes me some money, you know, I'm going to buy the pair. So RX, we want to kind of briefly discuss, like, does hype matter with sneakers? Like, I know everyone wants to buy hype. They want to get the latest Jordans, Dunks, retros. But like, where exactly does kind of bricks tie in? Like, are bricks like we would kind of should switch towards, you know, versus hype stuff?
Right, yeah. I always try to tell people that, hype shoes these days, it's not as sustainable as before. You're getting a drop maybe bi-weekly, once every 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and you have to work hard to hit on a pair. So it's cool, for a Jordan 1, you can make 100, $150 per pair, but you're only getting that shoe once, every few weeks, as
yeah,
opposed to bricks that or something that just sit around every day. You can buy in 5 pairs, 10 pairs at a time, and make that same amount in a less amount of time and sell it at volume. And you're also growing, you're scaling your business, you're building up credit and all that. So,
yeah,
in
definitely.
my opinion, I think bricks is the way to go, especially
Yeah.
nowadays.
And you had those Kyries, right? RX, you bought those Kyrie
Yeah,
Copas.
the
How
Copas,
was that?
yeah.
Were those easy to get in bulk compared to hype sneakers? And like, what were the margins for those Kyrie Copas, which are obviously like a brick style shoe, right?
Yeah, 100%. So at the Nike outlet, I got them at about like $90 a piece, and they were selling on Go consistently at 150. So there was about 5 pairs there sitting. I got them all, and that's easily like 300 plus profit off Go alone, with good sales volume. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'd say that was a good
yeah,
brick flip. I mean, in comparison to hype shoes.
absolutely. And so, you know, guys, there is the idea of, you know, maybe you guys are maybe more experienced with reselling, maybe you guys are a bit more intermediate, maybe more advanced, maybe a beginner. The thing is, you have to diversify what you're looking for. That's kind of where we come in with when you're buying bulk, you want to buy bulk, you know, everyone, I want to get bulk Jordans, I want to get bulk, you know, Dunks. And that's cool, right? And that's kind of how we have our backdoor stuff where we get, you know, I think tomorrow we're dropping, I think, you know, Zach, we're dropping the Onyx slides tomorrow, Zach. I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're dropping the Yeezy Onyx slides in the group tomorrow, which is, you know, kind of how it works. And like, RX, I want to ask this question really quick. 209 Plug says, does Cali work for brick flipping? So you obviously from RX, you want to kind of answer that question, let them know like how it works and kind of, you know, what the situation with brick flipping in California?
Yeah, in California, you know, there's definitely a lot more resellers. It's a lot more saturated, I would say. But being in California, you're also around, you know, depending on your area, you're also around a lot of outlets, a lot of Dick's Sporting Goods, Big Fives. So it's just like a matter of picking and choosing where you want to go in terms of, you know, where you want to source from or whatever. But in terms of, you know, cooking out bricks in California, there's no problem because there's just so many options to get shoes from.
And what about taxes, RX? I mean, like, I guess it applies to you as well, Zach. So I'll ask Zach first because Zach's obviously has a pretty high state tax as well. So Zach, can you find profit with bricks even with tax? And like, are there ways around it? Like, do you sell through Instagram instead? Or like what do you do exactly to get around tax? And like, can you flip bricks for a profit even with high tax states?
Absolutely. So here in Colorado, we have a 8% tax, which honestly isn't even that much compared to some other places with like 12 or 13%. But even then, even on a $100 shoe, it's only $8, where you can make 30, 20, 25 to $45 on that pair. So in my opinion, it's really not that much big of a deal. And we have some boutiques too where they don't charge a tax. Some of them are based in tax-free states like Oregon, and they don't even charge you tax.
Yeah, absolutely. And like one thing that you can always sell is, you know, Instagram, right? So RX, you kind of run prescription kicks. So you want to discuss like how Instagram selling works and like, is there a volume for some sort of bricks? Because everyone's, oh, you know, mids are bricks, lows are bricks. Can you sell like Jordan 1 mids, Jordan 1 lows, like Air Forces? That work? Then, you know?
Oh yeah, I would say consistently on Instagram. I've actually sold a huge number of mids off my Instagram, and you know, it's one of those things where you buy the mids at, you know, 110, 120 at your local store with fees and everything over apps. You know, you're pretty much breaking even if you do sell them through StockX or Go. But if you utilize Instagram, you know, you kind of mitigate those local fees, the shipping fees and everything, and then you come up on that profit. So you can easily make $30, $40 a pair on mids by shipping in local.
Yeah, exactly. You know, reselling comes out, guys, mitigating risk. You know, I think that's kind of what we do really well. And, you know, everyone can say, hey, I got some good Nike links, I got some good Hibbett links. But the thing is, you know, how can you sell them for the max amount of money? Because everyone's like, well, I'll sell them on Goat, I'll put them on the StockX. You know, if the best, you know, the best route is, you know, going into these other branches, you know, eBay, Amazon, Instagram. And that's kind of where we set ourselves apart is, yeah, plug the heat. Oh, damn, he wants to answer this question right now. All right. He's join us. All right, bet. Yeah, so I would recommend around $700 to $800, bro. You know, it does depend exactly what your levels and goals are. You know, if you want to make, you know, around 400, 500 a month, you know, maybe 1,000 to begin with is good. The lowest I suggest is around $600 to begin brick flipping with, because, you know, bricks take time sometimes, bro. You know, it takes 2 days, 3 days, 4 days for a shoe to sell. We obviously have faster movers, but, you know, you don't want to be stuck with a shoe for, you know, let's say something crazy happens, like a massive undercut, you know, like, who knows? You never can really account for that kind of stuff, right? You're holding a shoe for, you know, a week or so, right? Or, you know, then you're like, okay, well, I want to sell it faster. You diversify, right? But the thing is, you want to have enough capital to buy other stuff while you're waiting, right? So yeah, there's a question in chat. Doesn't eBay have fees though? Yeah. So I mean, fees shouldn't really be a deterrent to you. Like, so does StockX, but everyone still sells at StockX, right? So like, it doesn't matter. Like, I saw a guy in the comments saying, "Yo, Amazon still charges 20% fees, so it's even worth selling on there." Like, I mean, that, like, I'm like, bro, like, did you think before you press post? I don't know. So the thing is, when you're selling on platforms, guys, you know, there are fees, of course, right? You can expect to say, hey, you know, the only place there isn't fees is Instagram, which is, you know, great, which is why we say, hey, go local, go Instagram, you know, maybe even go 3P. Like, I don't know, if you want to go Facebook Marketplace, that could even work as well. But all these other platforms have fees. The thing is selling where you can get the most amount of money. So you have to kind of see the market. You know, Air Force Ones, you know, RX, like, those sell pretty well locally. I've sold mine locally as well. And then, you know, Zap, you kind of had a eBay page going as well. Like, were you selling kind of brick style shoes on there? Like, was there volume for those on eBay as well?
Absolutely. Every day I was getting sales for stuff that would sell maybe 3 times a year on StockX and Go.
Yeah, and the thing is, guys, remember, demographics are different, you know? So Zach is selling to, you know, maybe older dudes, maybe, you know, Gregory's and stuff on eBay, but, you know, we're selling to, you know, like younger people on apps, right? So there's a different demographic there. You know, you're selling to people who want to buy as an end consumer versus buying as a reseller. Because, you know, when you sell on Instagram, you know, maybe you're selling to a scalper versus eBay, you're selling to an end consumer. So it does vary there. I saw a couple of questions in chat. Yeah, Plug, you have no tax in your state. Okay, so then you're really set, man. Like, tax is a big deal for links. Sometimes it varies in terms of the supplier of the store, but especially in store, profitable kind of, you know, with the no tax state. And, you know, that's kind of how it works. What's the fee percent wise? I think RX, you answered the fee, right? In
Yeah,
chat.
it's about 8.5 to 9% on eBay.
Yeah, exactly. I saw another question. Ayo, my name Greg. Oh, my bad, Jack. How consistent can you guys purchase $40 Air Force Ones? Yeah. So you guys saw we kind of have a $40 Air Force One method. Zach, you wrote the method for that. It still works pretty well, doesn't it? The $40 Air Force Ones.
Yeah, it works. It works like a charm.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, guys, it does depend. You know, when the shoe comes in stock, we get it. We use kind of a low-key boutique. We actually have the method kind of like trademarked because it is pretty proprietary. So, you know, if you ever see someone like saying, yo, we got a $40 Air Force One, let me know, and I'll give you $100 for like letting me know, and then I'll do that, right? So, just letting me know our stuff, you know, and that's the thing I charge
play, bro.
our stuff. Anything you see, you know, let me know. I'll pay you $100, right? So the thing, you know, the $40 Air Force Ones are a great come up. I mean, RX made a reel about it a couple of days ago. They restock every week. It isn't, you know, like, oh, 30 pairs. You can get one pair at a time, one pair at a time, one pair at a time. You can get like 4 or 5 pairs in the day, but you're getting those for $40, you know, and the method does take time, does put a bit of work. And, you know, there's a mindset with sneakers, oh, I want to make money fast. You know, that isn't exactly sustainable. You want to make sure you kind of put the hours in to make as much money back as possible. And, you know, RX, we kind of broke it down in the reel. Do you want to kind of discuss, like, how much can you make if you bought, like, I don't know, 15 pairs of Air Forces? Like, if you bought them for $40, how much could you make, like, across each platform? And, like, what's the overall profits for that kind of thing?
Yeah, so I think after the breakdown and everything, so you get 15 pairs of Air Forces, you know, you sell 5 on GOAT, 5 on eBay, 5 on StockX. After that, you can pull in almost $1,000 profit if you get the Air Forces at $40. So it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, that's with the fees, right? You know,
Yeah.
Zach said Air Forces on eBay, which they sell, of course. You know, maybe you won't sell Air Forces on your Instagram, right? Because you want to make your Instagram look hype. And that's kind of how everyone's like, I'm after the most hype pairs, you know? The way Elite Bricks works and why we're really good at what we do is because we look for people, other groups don't really look. You know, that's why we've been around for so long, for the last couple of years. We scaled almost like 27 members up at this point because, you know, it's about being honest, about being authentic, and like being real. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, you know, we don't post hype pairs every single day. It isn't like, you know, we have hype pairs in our story. Like, you know, we had handcrafted ones below retail, Marina Blues below retail, that sort of stuff. And that it happens, right? But the thing is, you know, people are like, yeah, bro, I'm cooking retros every single day. No, they're not, right? Right. I mean, the thing is, like, some days people say, yo, the best pairs of, you know, today the story was kind of, I made it like in 2 minutes, so it looks kind of bad right now. But the story on our Instagram page is like, it's an Air Max 90 Chlorine, right? Which is selling for like a $30, $40 profit after fees. And that's a shoe that, you know, doesn't really look super appealing. And maybe, you know, you're like, okay, well, is it worth buying? Yeah, it is worth buying, right? Because I buy 3 pairs of Chlorines, I'm up $90. You know, I can buy one handcrafted, and then, yeah, I'm up $90 as well. But the thing is, how many times can I buy a handcrafted, right? Like, can I buy more than one pair? Like, probably not. Like, you'll get canceled, you'll get canned. Or I can, you know, buy a bunch of Air Max 90s and, you know, keep scaling up. So that's another way kind of how reselling works. And, you know, I want to go on our next kind of, you know, scaling strategy is, you know, in store. And that's one way to kind of rescale up. And I want to tie into our reel today and kind of how in store works, whether through boutiques or, you know, our bigger stores. So I'll discuss the bigger stores. I'll let Zach discuss the boutiques. And then I'll let RX kind of discuss stuff in California as well, because he hits in store pretty heavy. So guys, when you're going in store, everyone wants to hit, you know, I hit my Nike factory store. I hit my, and yeah, I think Zach has to dip. Yeah, Zach, you're good. You just want to, once again, thanks for hopping on, Zach. Take care, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Take care, everyone.
All right, guys. All right, see you, bye. Yeah, so, you know, guys, when we kind of hit in store, and yeah, Zach actually is meeting the CEO of Nike with Elite Bricks tomorrow, so he kind of has to log off and get ready for that tomorrow. So he's a bit busy with that kind of stuff. So we got some moves coming in, guys. Crazy. Not like, I think a sports meetup or something like that. I don't really know, but yeah, like, by the way, you know, in the chat, you know, JTP also is, yo, Jack, if you're free, man, I'll add you to Instagram Live. I don't know if you want to hop on and talk, but just let me know. Yeah, so when you're hitting in store, obviously, you know, everyone focuses Nike, Foot Locker, but the thing is, there's also boutiques. So I mean, like, RX, you kind of hit, what's it called? Like, you hit Cool Kicks before in California. You have a bunch of kind of boutiques. Like, boutiques, are they worth hitting in store? Like, are they better than Nike? Are they worse than Nike? Like, better than FLX, worse than FLX? Like, what's the benefit of having boutiques in store, and like, what kind of stuff do they normally have?
Yeah, so boutiques I think are cool, cool kicks. You have a lot in LA, but with variation and stuff, you can definitely come up on a much more rare pair in
Right.
terms of retros or, just F and F pairs or anything like that. But we like to kind of variate what we go where we source and what we go to. So you can go into a boutique and maybe find a retro over there and then, go to a Foot Locker and then get a lot more bricks over there. So you can kind of pick and choose in between what you want to get and what you want to make profit on and stuff. So
Yeah, exactly. All right, Jack, I'm gonna add you to the live. So, guys, Jack is one of the mods in Librix. Started off as a member, so let's see if he kind of
oh,
hops
there
in.
you go. What's
Yo,
good, Jack?
What's up?
yeah. So Jack obviously is in Librix, and he's a mod right now. So I always like having guys come in here, kind of talk about their experience, how it went for them, and like how it works for them. Like, let me know how's it going for you, Librix. You're obviously a member first, so like tell us kind of how the membership went for you. Like, did you make money? Was it better than what you're doing right now? Like, give us a breakdown, I guess, to go from there.
Yeah. So I started I saw you guys on Instagram. I was like, oh, I'll just put $150 in, just see how it goes. Did it at first. It was slow the first 2 weeks because all the pairs were shipping to me and everything. But then it started picking up. First month I made over 1,000, moving from like 150 a month in profits to 1,000 plus. Next month continue to scale up 2,000 plus a month. Then I got reached out to you, potential to become a mod, and now I'm providing links and I'm making even more because I'm finding more shoes and everything. Definitely all the bricklink. I'm trying to get more into Amazon and eBay and all in drop shipping. I purely do bricklinks and I'm making 2,000 to 3,000 a month just off bricklinks. So it's doable for anyone. I started with low profits, and it's just scaled my way up.
And do you think, Jack, is kind of like a learning game? Like, you began the group, you're like, okay, now I understand how to like get into bricks, like how to sell them, like confidence as well? Or is it kind of, like, do I take time to learn it? Or is it kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go all in like right away and I'll be super successful? Like, kind of, how was your experience? Like, was it a process or kind of was it like, a sprint? Like, how do you describe it normally for like someone that's watching right now?
Yeah. So honestly, I knew nothing about bricks before joining. I was making my 150 off of like luck, getting drops and everything and just flipping those to eBay or StockX. So I joined. I kind of went in the mindset with like I wasn't scared about losing my money, and I know from my experience, just experience is the best way to learn for me. So I just went in. I just like tried to absorb everything. I was active in chat, trying to learn. I was buying bricklinks. I was like, every time I had a question, I would ask right away. And all the mods are so helpful. They have like such great experience, and they can help you with anything. And so I continued to learn through that. And as you buy more bricks, you learn each time. And since you're like, then what SKUs are better, and everything like that. And once you know what SKUs are better, you know what to look for, what rates to look for, where to sell, what websites are better, all that. So I definitely think I don't like, obviously you have to put in the time. Like these numbers will come if you put in the time.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed for anyone.
Yeah, definitely. And before, Jack, you do have an affiliate code as well. So we will plug Jack's affiliate code at the end of the money, make Jack some bread. And then this live as well, we want to get his, make us some money because he obviously is a mod for us, right? So, our whole goal is, building a network. We want people to understand, we've seen so many services out there like, oh yeah, we'll make you 1,000 a month. We've seen like a bunch of like bozos try to copy us. No offense to anybody, but like other groups out there that like charge way less and they're basically a knockoff Jack and they do the same thing as us. So, we try to be like very honest, we're like, hey, our thing is coaching and like teaching people, right? Like the thing is like Jack said, asking questions, being involved, that kind of stuff's important. Anyone can say, yo, buy this link, buy this thing, buy this link. Like I got this thing from Elite Bricks, buy it, right? Like that's cool. But if you don't want to do once you buy the shoe, like obviously Jack has, so he wants to go on Amazon. He has his Instagram set up. So he has several streams, right? Like he hits his hype stuff, he hits his bricks, he hits his kind of his, medium hype stuff. And hitting all that stuff really brings in his profit, right? So, I guess, Jack, I know you mentioned, profit-wise. I think someone asked in chat, when you said you made 2K, is that kind of, profit or in sales, like in that month?
That's in profit. I think I had like, I don't know, a lot more in sales, maybe 25 to 30K in sales that month. Moving from like maybe 700 in sales to like 25K in sales in 1 month just by joining.
Okay, awesome. And so, I mean, for you, like we obviously discussed the idea of comfort SKUs. Like, are there shoes you like now you focus on that you didn't before, or like do you focus on the same kind of stuff? Like, what are some new shoes that you weren't like super where they sold really well, but now you're like, oh damn, like they actually sell pretty well?
Yeah. So when I first joined, well, like I said, it was just all Jordans, and then now I love my Air Maxes, my Air
Yeah,
Forces, Vapor Maxes have been great recently. Those white Vapor Maxes do amazing.
yeah, that's
Um,
crazy.
Kyries, I never thought you could sell Kyries to
Kyries
StockX
are
and make
crazy.
profits, but you
Yeah.
can make like $50 off a Kyrie to
Yeah,
StockX, which is insane.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'll say, I know. Sorry, Coach George. There's Kyrie's is a great example. Where you make profit, like how do you get these low key pairs? And like everyone goes to the store, man. I see like the number one thing is Kyrie sevens. Like that's where you really make the money is Kyrie sevens. Like fours are good. Like you have some good like Kyrie twos, but like Kyrie sevens you make the actual money. And pairs like I don't even remember, Jack. Like was it you who pinged the sneaker room Kyrie sevens, or was that someone else? But that was like a recent pair that came out as well, right? Like the really
yeah.
rare Kyrie sevens.
I think someone else pinged that. I pinged the white Vapor Maxes the other day.
Yeah, those were fire. So Jack basically found a pair of like, if you guys know, like last year, like white Vapor Max pluses and like triple black ones, and even like red ones nowadays, and they were selling like crazy, and like the market was super like saturated. But nowadays, the white one hasn't restocked in a while. So basically, what Jack is kind of how our team works, and like this is how Jack obviously was a member first time he's a mod, but the way his job works, what he has to do is he goes on all these sites, he digs through like 50 sites a freaking day of all the lists that we have. Like it's more, but we focus on the best stuff. And
Yeah.
he says, I found this shoe that isn't in stock anywhere else, but it's sitting on this boutique in a couple sizes. You guys can buy like 3-4 pairs, whatever it is. So what was it, man? It was like, I think $80 profit before fees, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was like 110 before fees. After fees, I think it's 75, 80. But
Yeah.
it's out of stock on Nike. It's only in stock on that one website we found. So there's going to be low to none undercutting on that pair. It's going to be a great pair for everyone that got it.
So that should be deal of the day pretty soon. I think it's deal of the
Yeah.
day tomorrow. And the thing is, guys, that's the thing, right? Like you aren't getting like maybe not every single time 5, 10, 20 pairs. Maybe let's say you get one pair of those Vapor Max Pluses, right? Our monthly fee is $150, right? So you buy that shoe, you sell it. Maybe there's some undercutting. It goes down to like $60 profit per pair, right? That is like almost a half of your monthly fee in one shoe out of one link a day. Let's say he posts an Air Max 90, Jack posts an Air Max 90, or I post a Kyrie. You buy 2 shoes, yeah, 3 or 4. I hit you back, man. Orion, right? I'll send you your label. Zach made your label earlier today. Yeah, so he's 3 or 4 wants some pattern breads, and I'm gonna give him a note as well when I send him his pattern breads because we'll keep his stuff waiting for so long. So yeah, it does come to buying the right pairs, guys. Focusing on the right stuff. So Jack, you want to kind of plug what is your code? We're gonna announce the restock tomorrow, and we're gonna give a discount card at the end. So Jack, you want to put in the chat really quick before we kind of like what your code is so they can join next weekend when so cat's out the bag, guys. The restock is next weekend. JTP Sneak is the code. We aren't done yet. I probably should wait till the end to say that. Whatever. Stay on. There's still some value coming, guys, right? But that's the code, right? If you do want to join next weekend. But the thing is, right, when the way we work guys, is very unique. It's about finding stuff that makes you money. And you can say, hey, I want to buy this pair, but you have to know where to sell it, where to buy it. And I'm gonna have a quick chat with RX, Jack. I'm gonna have you log. Thanks again for hopping on, dude.
Yep.
And kind of honest with us knowing how stuff goes. Hope members can buy some of your links when they hop in next weekend. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Take care, bro. Nice having you on.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, awesome. So Jack, guys, very valid. Can we get a valid in the chat, please? Maybe a check mark. Just let you know JTP is extremely valid. Up one in the chat as well. Let me see it. Valid. It's very valid. So yeah, guys, it does come down to scaling. Yeah, exactly. It was quick and easy. And that's how it works. Building a network, because you can focus bricks, right? You can focus hype sneakers. You can like focus here and there, but you do want to have around 5 or 6 streams of income coming in with sneakers. May that be Instagram, may that be Amazon, local sales, bricks on Goat, StockX, that kind of stuff as well. All right, here we go. Andrew, Hannah, I appreciate Hannah. And Hannah, I saw your DM on Discord. I'll get back to you tomorrow, hopefully, or maybe the day after, maybe Monday. Thanks again for being patient with us, guys. And like I said, Hannah had booked a call with us, and we unfortunately did miss the call today with Hannah. Or was it yesterday? We really booked all the time. If you guys want to have a chat with me, or maybe you want to have a chat with RX, or maybe you want to invite Zach or Jack to have a chat with you guys as well. Press the link in our bio. we always want to give you guys value. You know, my job isn't to, you know, everyone's like, oh, Vic's on Instagram Live, he's making some sales. No, like my goal is to, you know, give you guys value, right? Because I hope if you are a listener today, you're like, okay, well, maybe I haven't sold bricks before, maybe I have, and, you know, I want to know, how do I truly scale? You know, I hope I'll give you guys some value, at least in that sense, because it is a bit of a process. You know, like Jack said, you know, it's not like saying, yo, I'll buy 10 bricks and I'll make like $1,000. Like, it really isn't that easy, because reselling is, you know, a 50% strategy, and 50% confidence. And I change the ratios every time, because sometimes I forget what I said last time, but also because it changes. You know, you can't always say, it isn't just money, guys. It's the more thing. You can have $10,000 and, you know, you can still lose money reselling sneakers because you're buying the wrong things. You're looking in the wrong places. Like, our job is to kind of, you know, help you focus in the right directions. And, you know, that can be in store, that can be through boutiques, that can be online, you know, wherever you want to look. But it does come down to looking for the right pairs as well. I think my number one kind of skew is grade school blazers. So, you know, I want to briefly discuss seasonality. And, you know, RX, I'll bring it into you in a couple of minutes with kind of, you know, sports season starting up and Amazon and how sports affect Amazon. But you know, guys, when you're focusing sneakers, you have to look where no one's looking, and especially kind of follow the trends, right? Like right now we know, what's it called? Like sports season starting again, spring is going to start getting hot. Like no one's going to be wearing like, you know, retros, they're going to be wearing lows, dunks, that kind of stuff is rising, right? But so is, you know, blazers, pastel colored blazers, pastel colored Air Forces. We have an investment call right now for a University Blue Air Force One. If you guys have seen it, it's like, you know, basically a blue Air Force One that we resourced on a few sites. We got it, below retail for like $74. And like, you know, right now it's selling for like 130, 140. It was our story a couple days ago. It's going to go up to like 170, 180 in the summer, right? So it's about finding those specialty pairs that follow the season. You know, during the spring and the summer, you know, lows do really well. Air Forces, you know, dunks do well as well, especially in pastel bright colors. In the winter, you know, retros, high tops, Goadomes, even Vapor Maxes do especially well, right? So it's about knowing what does really well, and that's kind of what we do and kind of advise that, right? So Toykim says, will you guys teach us the step-by-step process? Yeah. So, I mean, I hope this Instagram Live kind of, you know, is backs that up, right? You know, reselling isn't easy, guys. Like, you can say, yo, I'm going to try myself. Like, what they're saying makes sense. I'm going to do it myself. Like, I respect the hustle, but, you know, respectfully, it's not going to work. Maybe you watch enough YouTube videos, and that's great. There are some good YouTubers out there who kind of explain it. But the thing is, the only thing that works for you is, you know, someone telling you specifically what to do, which is how the consultation calls does work. You know, Zach tells you what to do, I tell you what to do, that kind of stuff. So, you know, RX, I want to briefly hint upon and kind of wrap in the next couple of minutes, you know, how does seasonality kind of affect Amazon? Because obviously, you know, you can run, you know, cleats, that kind of stuff. Like, is there a seasonality aspect of Amazon? Like, stuff sell better in the spring versus the winter? Like, how does that work exactly?
Yeah, 100%. So just like you said, cleats as well as sports, you know, they're a lot more active around the summer to spring season. So on Amazon, you can actually see, and we actually do this in our mentorship calls, you know, when we do analysis on a listing, if the shoe will actually sell, we can actually see that through our Amazon softwares that we use. So like during the spring and summer seasons, we can see that cleats, you know, the sales velocity goes up, just because a lot more, you know, summer sports are going to be out there. There's more soccer, football being played and everything. So with more value, more sales volume comes with more sales, more profits and everything. So you can definitely take advantage of, you know, seasonality on Amazon.
Right. Yeah. And so the thing is, you know, when you're buying sneakers, well, guys, it's important to spend your money smartly, right? Because I'd rather make $100 spending $50 than spend $100 spending $300, right? So that's when opportunity cost is important, right? Because if I put $2,000 down on a pair of sneakers that, you know, are going to sell 3 months from now, I'm losing out on that $2,000 in every other single area, right? That's kind of how reselling works and how every sort of money, like, you know, I want to put my money into something, right? But I'm like, oh, snap, like 2 months of the road, I'm like, oh, I wish I had that money back, invested in this thing now. It's a better investment. So it's about making a smart, short-term purchase that are going to have short-term benefits, right? You want to buy something and say, oh, it's a, you know, it's a long-term benefit, but the profit ends up being less than you thought, right? That isn't how it works. That's how investments are, and we have investments as well. And that's great, but, you know, you want to make a short-term purchases. And that's kind of what we aim to do, you know, especially through low-key boutiques. You know, once you buy the correct stuff, it's just important knowing where to sell it. That's why RX comes in through Amazon. Zach kind of helps run the drop shipping eBay style side of stuff. Jack, obviously, who was on here earlier, is like the bricks, you know, GOAT, StockX kind of thing. You know, my specialty is like marketing, social media. So, you know, you want to grow your Instagram to like 2K, 3K, 4K, 12K. Like, I can do that pretty easily, you know, whether through organic growth, giveaways, that kind of stuff. You know, that's my background, right? So that's kind of how Librix works. You know, like I said, if you guys are listening right now, the restock is next weekend. We are running a special right now on yearly memberships. We normally charge $1,200. We're charging $900 right now. If you guys want to hop in, it's for the year, which obviously is a big commitment of time. You're like, oh snap, like, do I want to pay $900 up front? Cool. It isn't. I might go to God's Soul tomorrow in Boston. Yes, I'm in Pittsburgh right now. I might go to Boston tomorrow. Just depends kind of how the weather is, because there's a snowstorm in this area right now, so I don't really know, but maybe, Jack, maybe. Are you going to go there, Jack, or what's the deal? But yeah, guys, like I said, we have yearly always, open. It's normally $1,200 running for $900 right now until the end of the month. Just because, I know, guys, like, we want to get our bread up, and who knows what's happening the next few months. Sneakers are not going to go away in demand, right? If you're buying the pairs now, let's say something crazy happens, 3 months from now, 2 months from now, there is going to be a demand for sneakers. People need shoes to wear. Maybe supply dies down. But if you buy the right pairs now, you sit in the right pairs, investments, that kind of stuff, market's going to go up eventually, right? There's always kind of, always a resolution, right? So that's kind of my advice in terms of, spending your money right now. And, if you are interested in a yearly membership, you obviously have, RX, you kind of see the VIP server. They have their own server. They have, their own channel. They get first access to
access to the back doors. Yeah. So the back doors that we're about to drop, the Yeezy slides, they're going to have first backdoor access to them. First come, first serve.
Yeah. We're going to have Yeezy slides in Onyx tomorrow. Yeah. And I think we might have Onyx foam runners in a couple of weeks from now as well. So, we aren't really like a backdoor server. So as you're kind of listening in, we do backdoors time to time. That kind of stuff is cool. But, our whole thing is, giving you every single thing you need to make money. And, backdoors make you money, which is cool. But, personally, I don't like people waiting a long time for their stuff. And, sometimes it happens. It's understandable. But, I think everyone wants to get their stuff fast. So, I think our last few stuff, we've had Pattern Breads in men's, Grade School, and Cool Grays. And I think we've said 4 to 5 week ETAs. And, like, I already have every single pair in hand aside from, like, a few Cool Grays. So, like, our stuff is fast and it is unique. Like, we don't, one thing I say is, we aren't a backdoor server. There are producers that, are backdoor-based servers, but our stuff is proprietary. Like, no one else is getting Yeezy Onyx slides, no one else is going to get, Onyx foam runners. And, if you're joining solely for that, I recommend you look somewhere else, because I don't want you guys saying, oh, I want some backdoors. And, like, there's, like, 3 or 4 a month. Like, we always have clothing open. We always have, like, hats, that kind of stuff open as well. But, it's about taking every single aspect. Take some backdoors, take some hype, take some bricks, take some Amazon, supplement that with our coaching. That's kind of where our value comes in. And that's kind of how you make money. I mean, RX, you obviously coach a bunch of people with, Amazon, that kind of stuff. Like, does the coaching make a difference? Like, do they see results fast than they would see without the coaching? Like, kind of what is your stance on that?
Yeah, 100%. I would say a mentorship is probably one of the most important things you can invest in, especially when you're starting up, so that you kind of, mitigate the risk, mitigate a lot of the losses that you take, from starting off. So, a lot of the people that I've worked with, I noticed that they have an insane, startup time when they're doing the mentorships and stuff, and they're pulling, 4 to 5 figures each month automatically off Amazon, which is super crazy.
Yeah, exactly, guys. And that's kind of what the value is, what we aim to do. So we'll wrap up in the next couple minutes, guys. Like I said, restock is next weekend, right? So if you are interested in the restock and you kind of want the code in person, just send me a DM. Just say restock. Send me a DM that says restock, and I'll get you the code. It's next Saturday, March 5th, in 3 waves. We'll announce it officially tomorrow. The code to join to get the 10% off is JTP Sneak. JTP Sneak. If you guys want some memory or help cashing up with that, just send me a DM, and I'll kind of get you guys set up there, or just message me the word restock. But it is next weekend, like I said. We have VIP open all the time, and VIP kind of is a thing if you're a serious reseller. If you kind of like what you heard today, and you want more one-on-one time than the traditional member, let me know, and I can kind of get you guys up on the VIP plan, or we have a 6-month plan as well. We do try to be open, because I'll be honest. I mean, like, RX, like, is there really a service like what we do out there? Like, I think there isn't really anything unique out there. Like, we are pretty proprietary, guys. I don't want to sound like rude, but people that try to do what we do, or like comparative services, either just, one's either were a member of us, or they were, let's say it this way. They were either a member or they're a fan. There's 2 options, right? Or maybe they're both, And I've seen it. And guys, the thing is, you can always invest less money. Like, say, I got a service for $50 a month. That's cool. That's great. Like, try it out. I mean, by all means, like, you guys, it's your money. Spend how you want to. My value is saying, hey, we are the most successful service because, we are the most expensive, right? We charge $150 a month. That price is just for every single day. For example, JTP said, he posted a Vapor Master makes you $100. No one else has found that link, right? You make it back in one shoe. The shoe in our story, it's kind of like, crap. It's a chlorine Air Max 90. Makes you $30-$40. So we do set the top line industry standard for links, coaching, that kind of stuff. But it's only for you if you're serious to invest the money in it. You know, my goal is to, you know, at least give you guys value today, help you understand how to better scale your business, you know, try different stuff. And if that's for you, that's for you. And if it isn't, it isn't. But if you are interested, those of you still watching, I know I announced the code. So those of you still watching, you know, props to you, all 17 of you. If you do want to join, just send me the word restock. I'll kind of give you guys a code. Yeah, so we run a 6 months, 6 month for, that's what I'm saying you want to do as well. With the 6 month stuff, you obviously get the VIP back doors, the coaching. You just get less free months, right? You're just basically saving less money. It's all the same stuff as the regular, but you're saving less money. So if you want that, man, just send me a DM. I'll get you the invoice today. We get it wrapped up today. And yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, guys, it isn't for everybody. My goal is to give you guys value, and hopefully RX and everyone kind of hopped in is kind of relayed the point of the value we give you guys as members. But if you aren't ready, that's totally fine. Take this time, you know, take our advice through Instagram Live, and, you know, implement your own business. And when you're ready, when you have the capital, then come back to us, because it is about being ready when you're ready, you know, and it isn't, you know, like a salesy thing. It's about, you know, making money and actually making money. Like the reason we have such success with our members, you know, we have like an 82% retention rate is because, you know, we actually get results, right? And, you know, you can skimp on your business, which I advise you don't do, but when you invest in your business, you invest in your future, and, you know, it's an investment, right? The keyword is investment. It isn't an expense. It isn't a cost. It isn't, you know, lost money. You're investing in yourself. All right, I appreciate it, Southie. 6 months is $600. A year is $900 right now, until the end of the week, and then it goes back to $1,200, and monthly is $150. And if you guys are scared of the cost, like I said, you know, I hope this live is going to show the value of that. You know, you make it back and you make $50 a link, $100 a link, and it really is that simple, guys. You know, and you know, I can say it is about taking that leap of faith. You can hear it all you want, and if you aren't that guy who's ready for it, you definitely are also ready to be buying Bricklinks, because you have to be able to press that trigger, buy the shoe, buy the shoe, buy the shoe. And if you can't buy the link to join the group, you definitely can buy the shoe, especially if it isn't hype. So, you know, we are pretty selective who we let in. We kind of have, you know, a wait list, and like I review the wait list and say, yo, this is a good fit. This isn't, this isn't, this isn't. And, you know, those of you kind of still are in here, you obviously care enough to be in here still. So that it definitely is a good indication for your chances of getting in. So Matthew, if you want to join, send me a DM, just message me the word restock, or just say, yo, I want to join some of that. I'll figure it out. Rip a pack. Yeah. Very good. Thanks, Supreme. So, you know, yeah, guys, that's basically it. I mean, RX, I kind of let you close up, kind of final things to say, thoughts, that kind of stuff, you know, for potential members next weekend.
Yeah. So I'll just say, if you're ready to cook, you know, be prepared for next weekend. It is an investment, but like you said, you know, you're investing in yourself, you're investing in your reselling business. And if you do want to scale, then we're the best option, plain and simple, you know. We just basically laid out all this value for you. But there's a lot more in the group. Like I said, there's a lot more mentorships, consultation calls. We do weekly lectures and stuff. So if you want to learn and you're ready to learn and ready to grow your business, then definitely be ready for next weekend.
Yeah, awesome. So Damon, I know my Australia staff team, we kind of had some issues there. So we are running an Australia-based server as well. If you guys are from Singapore, Malaysia, India, Australia, Pakistan, message me, message Elite Bricks. We run an Asia-based server as well. We charge $40 a month for our Asia-based memberships, the same kind of stuff with Brick Clips and that kind of thing. And with our Asia-based server, you get access to Elite Brick specific. That's only if you're based in Asia. UK, Europe, the US, Canada is our Elite Brick server. But yeah, guys, like I said, you know, thanks again for tuning in. It's been almost an hour, so props to the kind of guys stayed. Wait, let me this question over here. What does this mean with Nike's new stipulation and cutting ties with shoe stores because this platform? I'm not sure what you mean by that. RX, do you know what he means?
Not sure. I don't know if it's like with the situation right now. Or...
Yeah, I don't know what the question is. Yeah, so there are around 50 to 80 links a day. Some days are slower, some days it's 40. You know, we average around 50, I would say, or so. The thing is, when we count in our Amazon, so there's like 40 US brick links a day, right? 40 to 50. We average in our UK, our Canada, our Europe, our Amazon links. We have around 60 or 70 a day. That doesn't include our backend links as well. So there is around, I'd say, average 50 to 70, maybe give or take. So you do have options throughout the day, and I don't think there'll ever be a time where, you know, if you go through 5 minutes and 30 minutes, if you sit there for an hour, you will get at least 3 to 4 links at any point in the day. Maybe not like 2 a.m. to like 5 a.m. because there's some, maybe you guys are freaks, you're up there, I'm not, right? So, or maybe you're in California, maybe it's like 11 p.m. You'll be up. Maybe there are some guys in California who post links at that time, right? So, you know, it is doable in school, guys. You know, I have people work 9 to 5s. There's a guy in the group, his name's Ken. He works a 9 to 5. We're good. Okay. He's a guy. He's in the group. He works 9 to 5, and he makes money reselling sneakers, right? So, yeah, Damon. So just send me a DM on here, bro. I know Pacific Club doesn't respond because like they're kind of bad. So just send me a DM on here. I'll get back to you on here, Damon. And Siren, how much do I make? So right. So you're spending $900 in your yearly membership, right? You average around $30 to $40 a link, I would say. Maybe let's say 25, right? So let's do the math. So let's say you spend $900, and this is in my head, by the way. I'm not typing it. This is just something else I'm typing. So you would make in 36 shoes, you make it back, and that's averaging around $25 profit per shoe. Some shoes will be like, you know, $30, $40. So around 30 shoes, we have around 40 or 50 a day. So, you know, the math is really clear. It is very valuable. But the thing is, you're saving money in the long term. So I only advise it to you, Siren, if you do want to kind of, you know, invest in your business, you know, for the longevity of it versus kind of a short term kind of thing. Because, you know, I hope you guys can see the value we have. Like, we're honest. We try, you know, I have this issue with people like, oh, yo, I got scammed. I don't want to join Bricks. Like, all these groups are scams. And that is a big problem in the industry. You know, there's groups, you know, say all these big claims like, yeah, we got all these backdoors, we got all these hype pairs, we got all these bricks. And then you join, you're like, oh, damn, like, the Adam doesn't even answer my messages, you know? Like, RX, like, has calls, like, we have, like, I think we have, like, a 10-to-1, like, member to staff ratio, so it is pretty good. Okay, so Sneakers PDX. We have all the monitors. I'm going to be honest with you. You don't want to be buying shoes that are on monitors. The reason is, if they have monitors, they're on Shopify or they're non-Shopify based monitors, which means they are botted. So we have the back end, we have all the stuff that everyone has. Like, we have all the Cook Group monitors at school. But the thing is, if it's a hype pair, it doesn't matter if you have the monitor, you won't buy it unless you have a bot. And we focus manual stuff. So every monitor we have like custom ASOS, obviously like all the console things as well. And that's cool. But my advice is, you know, we aren't kind of the group meant for that kind of stuff. Like, we have it, that's great. But, you know, everything there is botted. You know, people are buying all those Jordans, lows, mids, highs, whatever it is, like retros, like Air Forces, Dunks. It gets botted instantly. Like Shoe Palace, freaking Jimmy Jazz, like instantly botted if it's on the monitor. So what we focus is non-monitor based sites that doesn't appear on any sort of monitor, so you can actually buy it manually. No, so it isn't pre-orders. It's just we find 50 or 60 links. We curate them each day. We post them, say, guys, buy this link through low-key boutiques, and you guys can buy them then. So yeah, we have a yearly, a 6-month, and a monthly thing. Monthly is 150. Yearly is right now 900. We usually run 1200, and 6-month is 600. Obviously, you know, you get benefits, custom bulk sourcing, early backdoors, constant active clothing bulk, more coaching calls. You're on VIP service with a 6-month yearly, but the monthly stuff is still great. You make money back easily, and that's kind of what most members begin with. Yeah. Any kind of other questions, guys, in the chat? I hope I answered all the questions everyone has. Yeah, for sure, Damon. Thanks for kind of hopping in, bro. I know it's probably morning in Australia. I don't really know. Maybe it's in the evening. I don't really know how time zones work. No, my video lag. Yeah, just send me a message, Depreem. But yeah, RX, I'm not going to make you wrap again. You already wrapped up. Then we kind of got a bunch of questions, so you're good. But yeah, guys, you know, I know we still have 45 people on here. If you are tuning in now and you're still listening and you maybe hopped in late, the restock will be next weekend, March 5th, 12 p.m., 5 p.m., 8 p.m. EST. Yeah, you can still sell and go in Canada. You can still sell and go. We are Discord-based, Siren. So basically, have a Discord account made. We send the links in the Discord. You get notified on your phone when the link is posted. You basically just press the link. It's like a site. You just check it out like a normal thing. We focus fully manual cops. So it isn't, you know, I got to run a bot. I got to run a script. I got to run, you know, autofill. It's full manual cops. Very simple, very easy. It doesn't matter if you're at your work or you're freaking at home with kids. Just press the link, check it out. It's really that simple. Yeah. So plug, you know, we obviously offer our backdoors, which, you know, we sell to you guys, but our thing is brick links, right? So we basically curate links. We check a bunch of sites, like 50 or 60 tier 0 sites a day. We find shoes on those sites that sit and shoes that sell for a profit, and post the link to buy that shoe for you guys and tell you how to sell it in the correct sizes, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. It sounds simple. It sounds easy, but it really isn't. Like, there is a lot of work because a lot of sites don't have the stuff that make you money. And our job is to find the stuff that does. We have around like 50 to 100 sites a day that we check, and that's kind of how money's made. That kind of makes sense. Like I said, our average member makes around 2K a month. Jack, who hopped in, makes around, you know, like 2-3K. Zach was making 2-3K. RX, he's making upwards of 3K a month. And these are all members who now, you know, work for me because I'm like, yo, I like working with guys who are, you know, winners. And, you know, well, you're buying the shoe, bro. Like, the shoe is the link, right? like you can't buy the link. You're buying the link which supplies the shoe, right? So that's how it works. You know, for example, if I say, yo, buy this Nike.com link for this shoe, you press the link and you buy the shoe that, you know, the link supplies you to or directs you to. That makes sense. And send me any DMs, plug, if it doesn't make any sense. I'll hop on a call with you. Or like I said, guys, we have calls in the bio as well. If you want to hop on a call, either RX will hop on a call with you, I will, and we'll go from there. Yeah, plug. I think you're a funny guy, bro. I can't tell if you're trolling me or not. I honestly can't tell. So if you are, that was pretty funny. But yeah, guys, thanks again for kind of hopping in. So Drago, it's $150 a month. Send me a DM, bro. Just say you're interested, and I'll give you the details. Obviously, the restock is next weekend. But yeah, remember, guys, next weekend, March the 5th, 12 p.m., 5 p.m., 8 p.m. You know, if you want to scale your business up, you know, we are the best bet. I hope this live is giving you guys some value at the very least. If you aren't ready, no pressure. Remember, the yearly memberships are $900 this week until the end of the month. Yearly or 6 month is $600. Normally $650, and then yearly monthly obviously is the same price, $150. So, you know, once again, thanks for RX for hopping on and being on for almost an hour. Thanks to everybody who kind of listened. Yeah, OC, man, you missed it, bro. You got to join the group now. Sorry, too late. I'm just kidding. We're going. But yeah, sorry, OC, we kind of wrapped everything up. But just send me a DM, and I can give you some value.